Welcome to the Unlike Show, where unlike other sports shows, I actually like sports. Man, it's been a while since I recorded my last video. The entirety of last week I was in San Antonio for the Final Four. Video of that coming soon. And I was also completing a lot of my semester assignments, but I needed to get this one out. This one is a priority. Because in episode 2 of the Unlike Show, we're going to talk about Los Angeles Lakers. So we're a few days away from the playoffs and the Lakers are set to take on the Timberwolves. Now, I've heard about how competitive the Western Conference has been. And even though the Lakers are the 3 seed, they have the same record as the 4 seed and the 5 seed. And the Timberwolves, who are the 6 seed and who are playing the Lakers, are just one game behind the Lakers. So that means this entire series is going to be very, very competitive. Luckily, I was at one of those crucial wins that the Lakers got. And honestly, they were like 0.2 seconds away from potentially losing that game. And honestly, that game or that win could have been the difference between the Lakers hosting a playoff game or becoming a play-in team. Yeah, it was really, really important. And obviously, the game I'm talking about is the Lakers versus the Pacers. Now, you know how that ended. And let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll get to that. So quick backstory, I've been a Lakers fan my entire life. I mean, I was born and brought up in India and basketball was not really big there. So the global reach of the Lakers managed to reach India and it managed to reach me. I was such a big fan that like, if you go back into my Facebook archives, you'll find a picture of Jordan Farmar. That's my Lakers loyalty. And I started watching the Lakers maybe on like the second championship that they won against Boston, like the last title that Kobe ever won. And yeah, we had like 6 really tough years, which I supported them through. Trust me, like I was there when like Wesley Johnson and Tariq Black and Jordan Hill was like us. Yeah, there was a period that was really dark, and I was a fan through all of that. Now I don't think anyone's going to feel any pity for the Lakers fan, considering like Kobe retired in 2016 and by 2019 LeBron was there, and then 2020 Anthony Davis was there, and we won an NBA championship, and now we have another cool guy that everybody really cares about. So yeah, I mean, I have only one tattoo on my body, and it's a Kobe tattoo. So in fact, like one more other small story, like I just found out about the Lakers. I'd gone to like the Adidas store and I picked up this Kobe Bryant hoodie, and I kid you not, like I must have been like 10 years old, which is like 12 years ago or something like that, and I still have the hoodie. I still wear the hoodie. You must have even seen it in some of these videos that I'm going to just play on the screen. Crack. That's how crack I used to be for the Lakers. Still am. But there was a point where it was like a lot worse. But I watched the Lakers and the NBA from so far away that it once became my dream to go and watch an NBA game. And luckily for me, in 2019, the NBA came to me, and there was the NBA India games in 2019 where it was the Pacers versus the Sacramento Kings. And I didn't know at the time that I was going to be so closely attached to the Pacers at the hip in the future. But at that point, I just supported the team that had a lesser rivalry to the Lakers. I mean, as a Laker fan, we hate Sacramento Kings, so I had to support the Pacers. And it was amazing, and they won, and I was like, oh wow, this is the craziest experience ever. Like, if this is what a basketball preseason game looks like, I have to go for the real thing. And in 2020, I was even supposed to go for a real game, but like COVID happened and my trip to LA got cancelled, and I thought I'm never going to get to see LeBron play in a Lakers uniform before he retires, because it just seemed unlikely at that point. But in 2023, I had applied for my master's to get into sports journalism, and I got into IU, Indiana University, and I was like, you know what, I convinced my parents to let me go to the US to go and check out my university, and I just kind of managed to time it around the time that the Lakers were in town so I could watch the Lakers game, and I did, and they lost really badly. I didn't really care at that point because I was just so happy in watching LeBron and Anthony Davis and just my favorite team play on the court from like the nosebleeds. But yeah, I mean, they did lose. Anyway, at the end of the year, I fully moved into Indiana and started watching a lot of Pacer games because I was like, this is the main entertainment. This is what I love. I love NBA basketball, so I'm going to go and watch like every single game that exists. And I think I went for like 3 more games after I got here. One was against the Magic, one was against the Heat, one was against the Pelicans, and the Pacers won all 3 of them. So for like context, I had gone for like 5 Pacer games. One was the India one was the Lakers one, and 3 this season, and they won all of them. So I think they definitely loved having me in the crowd because it was amazing. And that's honestly like why I kind of started supporting the Pacers, because every time I would go for one of those games, I'd start like rooting for them and they would win, and I would feel that excitement. And then also living in Indy, you have like that home state pride, so I kind of built a love for the Pacers, and the Pacers became my B team or like my second team. Like I would support the Pacers in every game as long as they didn't play the Lakers, if that makes sense. So, and one game that I didn't mention is one of the coolest opportunities I got, kind of because of my networking and because of like past alumni from my university. I got an opportunity to shadow the Pacers writers at one of the Pacers home games, and it was the Pacers versus Bucks game. And I was telling Veet, who was the guy I was there to shadow in the first place, that every single Pacer game I've been to, they've won everyone. And he kind of laughed it off because at the time it looked like the Pacers were going to lose to the Bucks, and he kind of like teased me about it, like, oh, I think your streak is over and all of that stuff. And I guess we knew what happened, right? Yeah. So my luck was amazing. I got to see Tyrese, I got to see Pascal, I got to see Doc Rivers, I got to see Brook Lopez. Again, Laker center for 1 year, but I mean, it was pretty cool, like you say. He's so tall. They're all so tall. I mean, or maybe I'm just short, but they are all so tall. And yeah, I mean, that game was amazing. And I was like, I love this. I love the way the Pacers play, but man, they just don't lose when I'm with the audience. They're probably not going to lose against the Lakers. And that game was like later that month, and I had bought those tickets like a really, really long time ago. Oh, for context, when the Luka Doncic trade got announced, I knew that the Lakers tickets would skyrocket in Indy because they play like once over here. So I bought them instantly, and just to save money. And guess what? I saved like a lot of money. I think I paid like $80, which is like pretty cheap, and the people sitting next to me paid like $250. Business acumen. Now, I obviously went to watch my two favorite teams play in the Lakers and the Pacers. I was also there to watch LeBron play once more before he retires. I was also there to watch LeBron and Luka play together because that seems like a dream made in heaven. And yeah, the game was honestly amazing because you know how the story ends. But let me take you through it anyway. When you're in India and if you go for a Pacers-Lakers game wearing Lakers gear, you'd think that you'd be alone, but you're not. Like, trust me, just look at this. There were a lot of Laker fans there. So I wasn't too afraid of getting stabbed on the road for wearing a Lakers jersey going to a Pacers game. I had to rep LA as well, and I did so with this t-shirt and the customized jacket that I got from my loving girlfriend, by the way, who sometimes gets really jealous of my love for Luka. By the way, about my beautiful girlfriend, she has a lot more Laker gear than I do. I don't understand how crazy fandom is getting. I mean, she has like a sweater, she has a bodysuit, and she has earrings. Who wants Lakers earrings? I'm kidding, I gifted her all of that. Also, I was actually supposed to wear this t-shirt, this Luka t-shirt, which I ordered like the week Luka got traded, and it was supposed to come to me around the time of the game, but it didn't. It came to me after the game. So now I'm wearing it in this video, and this is a debut of me wearing this in this video. I literally just threw out the tag like 2 seconds ago. How does it look? I think it looks really nice. Because obviously it does. I'm a Laker fan. It has to look nice on me. Anyway, the game tips off. Pacers are looking really good. I mean, the game was so competitive. The Lakers had like a 17-point lead at one point, and the Pacers just like took it out. And Luka was playing out of his mind, but Reeves wasn't really. And LeBron, man, he was struggling. Like he had like 2 points in the first half, 1 point in the third quarter, and it looked like, and everyone was like talking about how his streak was gonna break. I thought his streak was gonna break. Like I genuinely thought his streak was gonna break. LeBron has only 2 points in the half, so his double-digit streak also might to break. But I mean, he scored 10 points in the fourth quarter, and I think everyone at least remembers the last 2 points he scored. LeBron James. And yeah, I actually watched my Lakers win a game. And forget all of that, I actually watched the Pacers lose a game. And trust me, I felt so bad because I honestly love the Pacers. They play so entertainingly. They are so fun to watch. I mean, those lob passes to Obi Toppin and Tyrese, when he catches fire, he's like so amazing. And I met Pascal, nicest guy ever. I even gifted him something really cool, and I genuinely hope the Pacers make it to the finals. In fact, like next week I'm going to probably go for a Pacers playoff game, and I'm going to root for them. I don't care. On the basis of fandom, I genuinely hope the Pacers make it to the finals. They are the most fun team. I don't care what you say. There might be better teams than them, but there's not a single team that is more entertaining than the Pacers. And that's what people really care about and should care about, because that's entertaining basketball. Now, why is this important? Because the playoffs are starting in less than a week from now, and the Lakers are playing the Timberwolves. And I'm going to be honest, LA doesn't have the most easiest road to the finals. I mean, they might be on the right side of the bracket, but I don't think any road to the finals is going to be pretty easy. But the star power is so much, and their offense is so potent. I mean, can you like genuinely convince yourself to bet against Luka Doncic and LeBron James? Tell me if you can, because I don't think I can. And this is not coming from fandom. Just think about it. A team with 5 players on court, even if they're all 5 the best defenders in the NBA, you're probably going to want to double Luka. You're probably going to want to double LeBron. And you think like 4 of those players on 2 players, that's going to lead in like offensive possessions that are going to be favored for the Lakers every time. And I know right now, like, we've not seen this team play in the playoffs. I don't know what it looks like, but I'm not even talking about Austin Reeves yet. He's the third option who's averaged 20 and 5. And I think like post the All-Star break, all he did was like score 30-point games. That offense is super scary. The biggest thing that might be the problem for the Lakers is that they don't have any like big men. And on the side of the bracket that they are, that doesn't really matter. I mean, against the Timberwolves, you have Gobert, but Gobert is not a great offensive player. He's great defensively, so that means they're going to shut down Jackson Hayes. But what is Jackson Hayes giving you anyway? Like 10 points per game. And also on the side of the bracket that we are on, the Warriors, no real big man depth. And Houston, they do have Alton Şengün, who I genuinely think is really good. But that team's a little inexperienced, and based on how they play the Warriors, if they dominate the Warriors, then I think I'd be a little bit more afraid of them. All the good centers are on the other side of the bracket. I'm talking like Chet, Isaiah Hardenstein, Zubac, Jaren Jackson Jr. As long as the Lakers small ball lineup works and their offense is clicking, I don't think there should be a problem in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. Now, I can't confidently say that the Lakers are going to beat the Thunder or the Celtics or the Cavs. But if the Lakers reach a point that they have to play the Thunder, which would most likely be in the conference finals, or the Cavs or Celtics, that would be in the NBA finals, means they've done something right to get there. Trying to be super unbiased, but I think the Lakers story has been really good this year. It started off with like, oh, you know, LeBron's going to run it back, and this is the LeBron-Bronny story, which was cool and everything. And honestly, for like a good amount of time, you could just see that this team was not really going to be able to contend. And they had a new coach and stuff like that. And then when the Luka trade happened, things just changed. I mean, there was like this new energy. The Dorian Finney-Smith trade, I love though. Like, he plays so hard. Pause. But he plays hard. Like, he is a great defender, and he's perfect for the team. Vando coming back, again, great addition to the team. Gabe Vincent playing his off, and yeah, because they are on the national scale and they are the Los Angeles Lakers, the narratives get a little forced and a little too much, and I don't think they're the overpowering favorites, but I think they'll be fun. Right now, at this point in my life, I enjoy the fun in basketball. That's why I like the Pacers, that's why I like the Lakers, and I think anyone would be a fool to not tune into one of those Lakers Timberwolves games or the Pacers Bucks games, because yeah, I think most of the fun is going to be in those series. And by the way, just reminding you, the Lakers are hosting the playoff series because of LeBron's amazing tip-in front of me, by the way, to give them the best chance to succeed. So yeah, even though I'm a Lakers fan and I think I have glazed so hard in this video, at the end of the day, it's about fun and it's about competitiveness. That's all for today. Stay tuned. More episodes coming soon. One of them is definitely going to be about the NBA draft / the Final Four weekend, and one might be also about the Pacers, because like I said, second favorite team, I have to give them their love, and I'm going to do it potentially when I go for the Pacers Bucks game either on Saturday or on Tuesday. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.